from Dr. Tom Bristol, Postdoctoral Research Scientist involved in interpreting data from the chemical and mineralogy instrument.
Okay, thanks Maria. Hello everyone. As Maria said, I'm a postdoctoral fellow at NASA Ames, and my mentor here is the principal investigator on CheMin. I'm going to tell you a bit about CheMin and its development here at Ames, what CheMin is doing on Mars, and what CheMin has found so far at Gale Crater. CheMin stands for chemistry and mineralogy, and the instruments used to determine the chemistry and mineralogy of powdered rocks and soils on the surface of Mars. The instrument analyzes material mainly using the technique called X-ray diffraction. You can see that a schematic diagram of how X-ray diffraction works with the top diagram here. You can see an X-ray tube, which is the source of the X-rays that get shot through our sample powder. And then we're basically detecting an interference pattern on the other side using a CCD, a coupled charge device, that detects the diffraction of X-rays caused by minerals in the sample. This technique is actually very old, and this year actually marks the 100th anniversary of the discovery of X-ray diffraction. And X-ray diffraction is a very commonly used, very well-established technique, and you'll find X-ray diffractometers in many labs around the world and around the country. But if you've seen one, you'll probably know that they're usually about the size of a refrigerator. That they're large, they take a lot of power to work, and there's pretty much zero chance of flying one of those typical commercial instruments to the surface of Mars successfully. So over the last 20 years, the CheMin instrument's been developed here at NASA Ames, driven by my mentor, David Blake, and so the primary steps in that development have been reducing the size and reducing the weight and the power required to drive this instrument and still get good data from the instrument. So this load diagram down here, you can see the instrument itself surrounded by the people in the suits. It's being loaded into the belly of the rover at JPL during construction of the rover. So far the instruments worked extremely well. We've received X-ray diffraction patterns from 3 samples on the surface of Mars. These 2 slides show images from the CCD, giving you an idea of what the diffraction patterns look like as seen by that CCD. Now, X-ray diffraction allows us to look at the mineralogy of samples, and minerals making up rocks and soils give indications of the conditions at which those rocks and soils formed under. So by looking at the mineralogy of the rocks around Gale Crater, we're actually looking at a record of past environments billions of years ago on the surface of Mars. And you'll see that we've got 2 patterns here. One is from the Rocknest sand shadow. So this is a so-called Martian soil that was scooped off the surface of Mars and dumped into the body of the rover. And then the X-ray diffraction pattern on the right is from one of the drilled rock powders from slides that Dr. McKay just showed a couple of presentations ago. And so one of the really key and very exciting finds of CheMin in this analysis of the drill powder is the fact that this mudstone contains clay minerals. And lots of scientists were very excited about discovering these clay minerals at this location because clay minerals, they tend to form at low temperatures under wet conditions. They actually have water in their crystal structure, and they tend to get destroyed if conditions are too acidic or too alkaline. So this X-ray diffraction data is really key evidence of a past environment that may have been habitable for life. And so it's an incredibly exciting discovery. The CheMin instrument, it has many sample cells. It can perform many analyses. And as we're trundling towards Mount Sharp, we're very excited about finding many more exciting mineralogical discoveries. Thank you.